Hey loves, welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer and I'm going to be showing you how to decorate a Mardi Gras king cake cookie. Now this is going to be a 3-part series. I'm going to show you how to decorate multiple Mardi Gras cookies in case you want to do a set for a birthday or a Mardi Gras party, but just stay tuned for the next 2 videos that I'm going to be coming out with. So let's get into how I'm making this king cake cookie. Now I made this cookie cutter myself. I printed it out with my 3D printer. So I made it into the shape of what a king cake would look like. So I'm using a flood icing to make what would be the bread part of the king cake, and I'm going to flood it in alternating sections. Now I'm doing it in alternating sections so that it can get that definition, and once I'm done with each section, I'm going to go back and I'm going to fill in the other sections that's not flooded. Now you don't have to wait overnight for this. I ended up waiting overnight just because it worked out that way. But I mean, if you would wait about 15 minutes, the icing should crust over enough to where you would get that definition. Now, if you need help with royal icing consistencies, I do have a video. I didn't show all the different consistencies I made for this, but you can review the video that I have if you have questions about what is a flood icing or an outline detail icing. It will show you in depth what those are. But right now, pretty much a flood icing is just something that's icing that's gonna move around very easily. And I'm using the flood icing to do the outline and to also flood the cookie. Now my icing is not a dark brown. You can make this any shade of brown that you want. You can even go over it with paints if you want to shade it to make it darker, but we're going to cover this with our frosting. And I say frosting, which I mean icing, in a second. So the color is not really going to matter. But I have made the icing darken before when I've made this cookie. If you're enjoying this video so far, go ahead on and hit that like button because you don't want to miss the next videos that I have coming up. Now next, I'm going to use my outline icing or my detail icing, which is a thicker consistency. And I'm just going to go over it and make it look like I'm covering a king cake. So it doesn't have to be perfect. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You're just going to put some icing on top of your king cake so that way it looks like it. Now, if you wanted to use a flood icing to do this, the icing may run down and it may not stay on the cookie like you want it. So that's why I decided to use a thicker icing for this. Okay, so once I have finished with my icing, it's still wet at this point, and I'm just gonna go in with some sanding sugar. Now I bought the great value kind. I got purple, green, and gold for Mardi Gras. And so I'm just going around doing my alternating sections of Mardi Gras colors. And I'm wondering, does it really matter if you have green next to purple? When I was doing this, I was like, is it purple, green, yellow, or purple, green, gold, whatever you want to call it? Or can you do green, purple, yellow? Is there a right way to put icing on a king cake? I mean, I don't know. So this is how I did it. I did purple, green, gold. But let me know in the comments. Are the colors supposed to be arranged a certain way? I don't know. Now what I did notice is that the gold sanding sugar by Great Value was a little thick. It was not as fine, and it was labeled sanding sugar. So this is all I could find. They didn't have the Wilton sanding sugar. The Wilton sanding sugar colors are very fine. The yellow one you buy, which would be your gold, it's very fine. This one was not, but I just went with it. It adds a little character to my king cake. And if you have watched this video all the way to this point, you are the real MVP. I very much appreciate it. So go ahead on and comment king cake down below, and this will let me know that you watched it all the way through. Stay tuned for part 2 of my Mardi Gras king cake series, where we'll be decorating another cookie. See you in the next one.